John. The saga of the Golden Ray began September 8th in 2019.
Yeah, since then, we've seen problem after crisis after catastrophe for the doomed cargo ship dead in the water in St. Simon Sound. And early Sunday morning in Brunswick, when this cargo ship rolled onto its starboard side, it was 2 a.m. and the end of the line for a 2-year-old 656-foot vessel designed to transport autos. There were more than 4,000 of them on board the ship at the time. The Golden Ray would never sail again, and the port was closed to all commercial traffic. Of the 24 people aboard, Coast Guard and Glenn County firefighters rescued 20, but 4 crew members were trapped inside. After 36 hours in pitch darkness and oven-like heat, in a miraculous scene that played out, the South Korean sailors came out through a hole drilled through the steel-plated hull. The disaster led to worries about environmental contamination and constant water quality sampling. 6 weeks later, Tropical Storm Nestor moved through, putting a halt on salvage operations. And then the Coast Guard saw smoke coming from the ship, indicating a fire somewhere inside. They poured water on the ship once again to put out this new fire. In January 2020, on a Sunday, once again, more problems. Welding was going on inside when a piece of metal fell and at least one more car on the ship caught fire. Although 320,000 gallons of fuel had already been removed, about 50,000 more gallons remained. The rudder and propeller, they'd been removed from the ship as well. By midsummer last year, the plan to cut and lift the ship was scheduled for October 1st. Removal operations had to stop, though, when Hurricane Isaias blew through. The original goal was to have the ship out before the peak of hurricane season, and they meant 2020, but it may be 2021. The pandemic also delayed things when 10 essential responders tested positive for COVID-19. By the 1-year anniversary of the ship's rollover, the Golden Ray still laid in St. Simon Sound along the ledge of the shipping channel to the port of Brunswick. We were told cutting was supposed to start October 1st and it would be done in 8 weeks. Then October 7th, 13 months after the disaster, an engineering problem caused another long delay. One of the anchors for the crane that would slice the ship into 8 pieces failed a strength test. Finally, cutting on the ship began in November. It had been 423 days since the Golden Ray capsized. Experts said it would be when, not if, some of the cars filled with batteries, antifreeze, and gasoline ignited or leaked into the Sound. They put up a 1-mile environmental protection barrier to mitigate pollution. 4 months later, both ends of the ship had been cut away and carried off by barges, but the project still wasn't finished, though crews predicted in November the job could be done by New Year's Day. Each of the 8 pieces was supposed to take 1 day. Instead, the first cut took 3 weeks on its own. Today, a Facebook Live image to capture the dismantling of the ship captured another fire with flames and thick black smoke pouring out in the early afternoon. And it's ironic, in this 19 months long process, commanders at the wreckage site insisted on removing the ship in large chunks because, well, it was supposed to be faster. Last year, the command fired the original salvage contractor for wanting to dismantle the ship in smaller pieces.